Akpabio denies involvement of Agbakoba, Ubani in Akpabio Dragon suspension suit. So who is not involved? The Senate President Godswill Akpabio on Monday denied the involvement of Chief Olisa Agbakoba San and Monday Ubani San in the defense of an alleged unlawful suspension suit filed by Kogi State Senator Natasha Akpabio. The lawyer representing the Senate and Akpabio, who are second and third respondents, respectively, told Justice Bintan Yako of the Abuja Federal High Court that the two lawyers being accused of disobeying the orders of the court are not members of the legal team. What is this one? Are you denying your lawyer? Hey, wahala. They are not members of the legal team. Seriously. Akpabio Daga had dragged the clerk of the Senate, President of the Senate, and the chairman of the Senate Committee on Ethics to court over her suspension on March 5th. At the resumed hearing of the matter, Justice Yako had made an order restraining Akpabio, Dagan, as well as their respective lawyers from speaking with the media on the substantive issue and fixed May 12 for hearing of all pending applications. However, before the next adjourned date, the plaintiff wrote a satirical apology letter to the Senate President over her suspension from the Senate, based on her alleged refusal to succumb to sexual overtures from the Senate President. The said letter, which was published on her Facebook page on April 27, has since gone viral on social media. Reacting, the second and third respondent on May 5th brought their respective applications seeking an order of court, directing the suspended senator to delete the viral satirical letter from her Facebook page, and also tender an apology to the court for violating the order barring her from speaking with the media. When she wrote the satirical, did she mention anybody's name? No, she did not mention anybody's name. So why should she apologize? When the matter came up on Monday, parties in the suit informed the court that they have all filed their schedule of documents and are ready to proceed with the case. However, Paul Daudu San and Eko Ejembi Eko San brought to the court's attention an affidavit of non-compliance wherein they accused Akpabio Dagan of disobeying the orders of the court, which barred her from speaking to the media. They claimed that the alleged act of contempt was contained in the satirical letter which went viral on social media and mainstream media. According to Daudu, the satirical apology was not just a mockery of the Senate and colleagues of the plaintiff, but dwelt more on the substance of the case before the court. What was the substance of the case? I beg. Both Daudu and Eko told the court that the plaintiff raised a fresh issue they would want to respond to, explaining that Agbakoba and Ubani were never part of the respondent's legal team. Agbakoba is not part of the legal team. Agbakoba that was saying that Natasha should settle out of court, Natasha should apologize, Natasha should this and that. Now he's no longer part of your legal team. No wahala. Responding, Akpabio Dagan's lawyer maintained that the said satirical letter has nothing to do with the proceedings. Yes, it doesn't have anything to do with the proceedings before Justice Yako, rather a case of sexual harassment before another court. Besides, the lead counsel to the plaintiff, Mr. Jibrin Okotepa San, who also accused the respondent of disobeying the orders of the court, informed Justice Yako of a contempt proceedings initiated against the respondent and urged the court to take their application first. In a short ruling, the trial judge, who observed that the issue of contempt is crucial to the proceedings, adjourned till Tuesday for hearing of all applications and the substantive suit. Akpabio Dagan had, in a counter affidavit filed on May 8, submitted that he was the third defendant who, through his legal representative, Agbakoba and Ubani, both that violated the orders of the court. And that's why they said they are not part of the legal team. In defending the satirical letter, the plaintiff argued that whereas the issue before the court centered on her alleged unlawful suspension, her letter addressed the Akpabio and not the court was on her alleged sexual harassment by the Senate President. The suspended senator representing Kogi Central of the National Assembly has maintained that her recent satirical letter to the Senate President Akpabio was never in breach of a court order barring parties from the court before speaking with the media. Exactly. The woman knows what she's doing now. She knows what she's doing. She's a lawyer. She will not do anything that will be contrary to what the law says. She knows what she's doing now. Akpabio Dagan made the clarification in a counter affidavit filed in opposition to the motion on notice by Akpabio, pointed out that while the content of her viral letter centered on her sexual harassment allegation, against the Senate president. What is before the court is her alleged unlawful suspension from the Senate. It's two different things. The case is about her unlawful suspension. This is not about the sexual harassment issue. And the court did not tell her not to speak on the sexual harassment issue, because that is not what is before the court. You see, that's why it's good to go to school. The Kogi State Senator had approached the court to restrain the Senate from taking any disciplinary action against her, pending the hearing of a suit against the leadership of the upper chamber. Responding, Justice Emeka Wise granted the request on March 4 and summoned the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions, amongst others, to appear before the court in respect of the matter. However, the Senate went ahead to suspend Akpabio for 6 months the following day, March 5. Following accusation of bias by Akpabio, Justice Wite had recused himself from hearing the matter, which was then assigned to Justice Bintayako. In the 28th paragraph affidavit, the plaintiff claimed that the motion on notice was a strategy by Akpabio to ambush me and foist an adjournment on the court's scheduled proceeding of May 12, 2025. Adding that these actions form part of a series of calculated moves by the third defendant to frustrate the judicial process and ensure that I do not return to the Senate, thereby completing the term of my unlawful suspension without judicial resolution. The Kogi Senate accordingly urged the court to reject the application for being incompetent, since it was aimed at gagging her right to freedom of expression, and frustrate hearing in her suit before the court. Now, we're not be smarting. They are just really trying to frustrate. Now, see, they are denying their own lawyer. Those people are very funny. Johnny Patra says before, would he say he's involved? Yes, we all know that he is. Of course, Agbakoba is involved. Now, because they want to rule against them, I say he's not part of their legal team. Those people, it is well with them. Christopher says if Natasha is unable to prove her sexual harassment allegations, she should be banned from any public office in future in Nigeria. Banner. Go and ban her now. Let Akpabio come and defend himself too. But he doesn't want to go. He's running. He's running now. Shaika Shakubo says, keep talking until you are trapped into a corner and all those praising and pushing you will disappear and begin to criticize you again. Learn your lessons from the treatment meted out to you after you left as governor of Akwa Ibom. Enter negotiation with Natasha and end this nonsense, I'm telling you. Just probably go and apologize to her and settle and tell her that you will not do the things that you are doing to her in the Senate again. Let her have her say. Let her have the things that she wants to do with her constituency. You are insisting. Until she disgraces you, because the woman, I'm very sure that she has evidence. She has evidence. But he will not listen. No wahala. Let them continue. They have power. They are the Senate president. They can win anything. Let's see how it goes. And listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.